What's poppin'? Domo here, and we're back at it again with another Steam sales video. Some of the deals are gone by Monday, so let's get right into it. Come on. First off, we got Black Desert from Pearl Abyss. Now, this is the only MMO on the list, so if this is your thing, pay attention. This game has over 55 million registered players and has been running strong for almost 10 years. What sets Black Desert apart from other MMO has to be the combat. Most MMOs have you clicking and target and watching your character auto attack, but not this one. Black Desert plays like a fighting game. We're talking manual aiming, dodging, and combo strings like you're playing Street Fighter. Once you get used to it, it will ruin other MMOs for you. On top of that, you got one of the most insane character creators ever made. And when I tell you insane, we're talking adjusting skin texture, facial bone structure, body proportion down to the smallest detail. People, myself included, have spent hours. And when I tell you hours, I mean hours in there before even starting the game. And the best part is a full sandbox. You don't have to just grind mobs. You can fish, trade, cook, breed horses, run a farm, craft, do alchemy, shit, whatever you want. 31 classes to choose from, massive guild wars, castle sieges, no fast travel, so you actually enjoy and experience the whole open world. Now I gotta be real, this game has a steep learning curve. It can be grindy, but at 99 cents, that's 90% off. You're getting one of the most content-packed MMOs on the market for less than $1. This sales ends January 19th, so grab it before it's gone. Now, if you're looking for something different, check out Outer Wilds from Mobius Digital. This game has a 95% overwhelmingly positive rating on Steam with over 47,000 reviews. It won BAFTA's Best Game in 2020 and was named Game of the Year 2019 by Giant Bomb, Polygon, Eurogamer, and The Guardian. So, what's the deal? You're a space explorer in a solar system stuck in a 22-minute time loop. Every loop, the sun explodes and you start over. But here's what makes it special. There's no leveling, no upgrades, no skills trees. Knowledge is your only progression. You explore planets, translate alien ruins, piece together what happened, and slowly figure out why the loop exists and how to stop it. And the world changes in real time. There's an underground city that gets swallowed by sand as the loop goes on. A planet that literally crumbles beneath your feet. If you don't get there in time, it's gone until the next loop. The community is obsessed with this game. People call it a once-in-a-lifetime experience because you can only truly play it once. Once you know the answers, you can't unlearn them. Reviews are full of people saying it's the best game they've ever played and that the ending hit them emotionally in ways they did not expect. Now I gotta be real, the first few hours can be frustrating. Console players, you're in luck. My mouse and keyboard players though, I highly recommend you use a controller for this one. The controls take some getting used to, especially the ship and the jetpack. And some of the platforming sections can be annoying with the time pressure. But if you're patient and you like piecing together mysteries on your own, this game will reward you like nothing else. The universal advice from the community is go in completely blind. Don't look anything up, just explore. Right now it's $14.99, which is 40% off. Sale ends January 19th. So picture this, it's the year 2329, immortality is real, you can store your consciousness and transfer into a new body whenever you want. But here's the catch, only the rich can afford it, everyone else just dies. If you ask me, it sounds a lot like today's world, but no. Instead, it's the world of Nobody Wants to Die from Critical Hit Games. You play Detective James Kara, a hardened investigator hunting a serial killer who's targeting the elite. And to solve these murders, you've got this time manipulation tech that lets you rewind and reconstruct entire crime scenes. Watching events unfold, rewinding, finding the clues everyone else missed. It's giving Blade Runner meets Altered Carbon with a Detective Noire twist. This game is sitting at 84% very positive on Steam, and visually, it's built on Unreal Engine 5. This thing is gorgeous, the atmosphere, the voice acting, and the world building, players are obsessed. The soundtrack was done by none other than Mikołaj Stroński. I'm not sure if I said it right, but that's the same composer behind The Witcher 3, so you know the music is gonna be a hit. Now here's what you need to know before going in. This is a story-driven experience. It's about 5 to 6 hours long. Some players, however, feel like the game holds your hand a little too much during the investigations. And depending on your choices, the ending might leave you wanting more answers. But if you love Noire, if you love detective stories, if you love cyberpunk worlds with deep themes about wealth and mortality, this one's a must play. Right now it's $4.99, which is 80% off. Sales ends January 19th. If you've been missing that old school BioWare RPG feel, you know, Dragon Age, Mass Effect, that kind of vibe, this one might be for you. GreedFall from Spiders takes you to a 17th century colonial fantasy world. You, a diplomat arriving on a mysterious island filled with magic, lost secrets, and creatures that don't want you there. And here's what makes it stand out. The setting is something you almost never see in games. We're talking tricorn hats, musket, rapiers, magic, and political intrigue all in one package. It's sitting at 76%, mostly positive on Steam with over 10,000 reviews. Players love the story and the writing. Your choices actually matter here. You can tackle quests through combat, diplomacy, stealth, or straight up deception. And the best part is the side quests tie directly into the main story. Now here's the thing, you've got companions with their own arcs, romance options, faction reputation, the whole RPG package. But I gotta keep it real with you. This is not a AAA budget game. You're gonna notice some copy-paste environments, enemy variety is limited, and there's a lot of backtracking. Like a lot. Just run here, talk to this guy, run back, talk to that guy, run somewhere else. All that, some players feel like the second half of the game drags because of it. And I don't blame them. But if you can look past that and you're hungry for a story-driven RPG with real choices and unique setting, this one delivers. You're looking at around 25 to 50 hours depending how deep you go. Right now it's $349, which is 90% off, or grab the Gold Edition with the DLC for $599. Sales ends January 22nd. Alright, so this one is special, man. Against the Storm from Aramite Games is sitting at 95% overwhelmingly positive on Steam, a 91 on Metacritic, and is ranked in the 99th percentile on OpenCritic. We're talking about one of the highest rated city builders in years. So, what is it? Now, imagine if Banished and Slay the Spire had a baby. It's a roguelike city builder set in a dark fantasy world where it never stops raining. You play as the Viceroy, rebuilding civilizations after apocalyptic storms wiped everything out. And here's the twist. You're not just managing one city, you're building settlement after settlement. Each one is temporary. You gather resources, complete objectives, and when you're done, you move on to the next. But your progress carries over. Upgrades, unlocks, experience, it all stays with you. So every run, you're getting stronger. You've got 5 different races to manage: humans, beavers, lizards, foxes, and harpies. Each one has different needs, different housing preferences, different foods they like, and every run the game throws different building blueprints at you, different resources, different events. No 2 run plays the same. The community is obsessed. People talk about that one more run feeling hitting them at 2 in the morning. The devs are constantly updating based on player feedback. Now, I will say this. Game has a learning curve. Some players say it took them 10 to 15 hours before everything clicked. There's a lot of resource types to juggle, and if you're the type who wants to build one perfect permanent city, this isn't that type of game. Go play City Skylines, man. But if you want something fresh every time you play with real strategic depth, this is it. Right now it's $349, which is 90% off. Sale ends January 22nd. Alright Viking fans, this one is for you. But let me be clear up front, this is not Valheim. If you're expecting a chill exploration game where you sail around and vibe with your friends, this ain't it. ASKA from San Sailor Studio is a full-on colony management survival sim, and it's very demanding. You shipwreck on a mysterious island and have to build a Viking settlement from nothing. But here's what makes it different. You recruit NPC villagers who actually do stuff for you. Assign them jobs: woodcutting, gathering, crafting, hunting, fighting. Set up production chains. Watch your little Viking community come to life. That moment where your village finally becomes self-sufficient, chef's kiss. It's sitting at 79% mostly positive on Steam, with recent reviews trending up to 84% very positive. The devs have been grinding on updates. They added lakes, ships, islands, farm animals, outposts, regrowing trees, so many things. The game is completely different from when it launched back in 2024. You can play solo or co-op with up to 3 friends. There's seasonal survival with brutal winters, mythical enemies like drogs and Fenrir bosses. You can even transform into a raven to scout the island, and if you die, you can literally harvest a villager's soul to come back to life. That's metal. Now here's the real talk. The game, like most games I've mentioned already, has a learning curve. The UI for managing villagers is clunky. Lots of menus to dig through. Combat is pretty basic, and with 60 plus villagers, performance can start to dip. It's still in early access, so expect some jank, but if you love complex colony sims and if you got patience, There's a deeply rewarding experience here. Right now it's $14.99, which is 40% off. Sale ends January 22nd. Alright, let's close this out with a classic, LA Noire from Rockstar Games. This game came out back in 2011 and is still one of a kind. You play as Detective Cole Phelps in 1947 LA, post-war Hollywood, corruption everywhere, murders rates through the roof. Your job is to climb the ranks of the LAPD by solving cases across multiple deaths, traffic, homicide, vice, arson, and here's what makes this game special. They use this facial capture technology called motion scan that was way ahead of its time. Every twitch, every glance, every micro expression is captured because in this game, you're not just shooting bad guys, you're reading people, you search crime scenes for clues, you interrogate suspects, and you have to decide, are they telling the truth or are they lying to your face? It's sitting at 86%, very positive on Steam with over 35,000 reviews. The atmosphere is incredible. They managed to recreate 8 square miles of 1947 LA block by block. The jazz soundtrack, the period cars, the corruption, and the scandals, it just pulls you in, man. Now let me set expectations real quick. This is not GTA and not in the 1940s. If you're looking for chaos or mayhem, that's not what this is. This is a story-driven detective experience. Some players find the interrogation system frustrating because Cole can go from calm to aggressive real fucking quick. Excuse my language. And the gameplay can get repetitive towards the end. But if you love noir, if you love detective stories, if you want something that feels like stepping into an old black and white crime film, there's nothing else like it. Right now it's $5.99, which is 70% off. Sales ends January 26th. And as a bonus for sticking around, let's talk Borderlands 2. If you've somehow never played this game, now is the time. This is the looter shooter that defined the genre. Gearbox Software created something special here. You and up to 3 friends drop onto the planet Pandora to hunt vaults, collect loot, and take down one of the best villains in gaming history, Handsome Jack. This guy is up there with GLaDOS, Vaz, Sephiroth. He's funny, he's charismatic, and you will absolutely hate him by the end. That's good writing there. The game is sitting at 89%, very positive on Steam with over 300,000 reviews. 12 years later, and there's still thousands of people playing this thing daily. That should tell you something. Now this is the Game of the Year edition. That means you're getting the base game plus all 4 major story DLCs. Captain Scarlet's Pirate's Booty, Mr. Thor's Campaign of Carnage, Sir Hammerlock's Big Game Hunt, I'm sorry about that, and one of my favorite, the Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep, which is also widely considered one of the best DLCs ever, period. You also get 2 extra playable characters, the Necromancer and the Psycho, and like 100 or so hours of content. Now, fair warning, this game is best played with friends because solo can feel a bit grindy, especially on the higher levels, because enemies become bullet sponges. But one thing I gotta say, the humors, some love Claptrap and some people want to throw him off the cliff. You'll figure out which one you are pretty quick, so don't worry about it. But if you love co-op shooters, if you love loot, if you want a game you can sink serious time into it, this is it. $8.79 right now, 78% off. Sales ends January 19th. And that is it for this week's Steam sales, man. Tons of amazing games at insane discounts. But remember, these deals won't last forever, so grab them before they disappear. Now, please drop a comment if you snagged the deal, hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next round of Steam deals. Domo out.